at a new spot. Pretty big bog. Found like 5 or 6 beaver huts. A couple inactive ones. One really big one. Bunch of sign, bunch of runs. So I don't really know where to start. Sometimes it can be a little overwhelming. You want to find the spot that's most active, most amount of sign, or the biggest hut. But we'll see. Set up some traps. Give it a try. Found another little hut. Looks like there used to be a little hole there. And I wonder where the run is. Look at the ice, how it froze like that. It's either an old beaver trail where they were walking on the ice, sliding around, or it's a run. Pretty sure it's the run, just the way that froze. You can see, like I said, a little bit of clear water. And yeah, I mean, I'm gonna set snare right in the middle of that. See how we do. Whenever you see black ice like that near a hut, it's like usually a good sign. It was either a hole, or it was open, or it's thin ice. It's not just frozen solid, frozen right over. That looks like it might have been open like a couple weeks ago. Pretty cool. I'm gonna show you a snare set. I got a bunch of small poplar sticks, made like a little bail. Trying something different. Usually I use big ones, big sticks. I got a couple big ones in there, but this looks a little more attracting to me. Snare on each side, and then just the T on the ice. It's gonna kind of sit in the mud, but it's also gonna hang. And I'm right on the edge of a feed pile. So this feed pile is right here. The beaver are looping out and around back to their hut. And I'm gonna try to catch them right around here with some fresh bait. This is their feed pile. They're coming up and checking it, you know, eating it, and you know, maybe they'll see a fresh piece. But yeah, I'll show you guys what it looks like going in the ice. That's gonna catch a beaver. Felt pretty confident about that set. Over to this one. Pretty much do the same thing right here. Back at the double beaver hut. Caught a little kit here last time. Been about 4 or 5 days. Reset these ladder sets and see what we got. Oh, that's a big one. That is a big beaver, folks. Oh. perfect catch. Can't get. I don't know where I got him. Right around the back arm. Get him undone for you. Get Bean. This is the one I've been looking for. Caught a medium-sized, large one in here. I knew there was a big one. I knew there was a big one somewhere. And we got him. Looks like he destroyed my ladder set. But, yeah. Look at that beaver. Look at that tail. Let me show you that tail. This thing's huge, guys. 50, 55 pounds. Awesome beaver. That's what we're here for. It's good to know you're doing something right. And this makes the 4th beaver out of here. 3rd or 4th beaver. 1/3. But we got him. Been wanting this guy. I knew there was a big beaver in here. And there he is. There's something about pulling a 50-pound beaver out from under the ice, you know, or anything bigger than that. It's just such a big animal. You know, in the state of Maine, we got coyote. You know, that's probably the next thing as far as fur size. But as far as weight goes, you know, you can get a 50-pound coyote, 55-pound coyote, or a 50-pound beaver, 55-pound beaver. I mean, this guy's huge. I know they get bigger, but that is just such a healthy beaver. Look at the length. I mean, the tail. This thing's probably, I got a 3 feet long. So he's over 3 feet. My chisel's marked out with feet. And he's over 3 feet long. And I mean, that tail is just fat. I've seen them longer, but this one's wide. I mean, this is a big Carhartt glove. This is their like gauntlet glove. And it's about the same size. Sometimes videos don't do justice. And I'm excited. I know he's not like mega huge, but this is a healthy beaver. Healthy coat. No bites in the tail, no tail marks. Sometimes they're nipped up in the tail. And look at the feet on this thing. I mean, he's still soft. Sometimes they're stiff. Sometimes they're a little rigor mortis up. There's a snare line. He seems fresh. You know, he might have swam through this just recently. This morning, last night. That is a big beaver. Big, healthy beaver. Look at that coat. Getting a little discouraged. Haven't caught any in a while. And this beaver will hold me over for the season. As far as, you know, going back out and trying to catch another one and keeping at it. You know, don't get discouraged. They're not easy to catch. You know, I'm sure the professional trappers are dialed right in and, you know, will say different, but for just a regular trapper, regular guy that isn't 100% committed, you know, I still work. I got a full-time job. That's a great beaver. You know, and you're doing something right when you catch these guys. I had him snared right around his arm in a ladder set, which is these ladder wood systems I use with a snare in it. And, you know, they do take a little bit. I think it spooks them for a bit. I think just seeing that much wood under the ice right away is kind of weird. I just for reference, I've never caught a beaver the next day on a ladder set. Bless you. They usually take a couple days. You know, a conibear or just a plain snare on a stick. I've seen them swim through, you know, hours later. You know, the next day you come back and there's a beaver in it. The snare pole ladders, like if you see in the video, are pretty intricate. There's a lot to it, and I think that they see that the first day or so, and it might spook them. But once it's in the ice and it's there, frozen in, they just gotta swim through it. It's pretty simple. You know, you get it in a run, you get it in a spot where they're coming in and out of, or they gotta go through. I'm right in the front of this hut on his run, which is just ideal. I mean, I'm sure there's another one out the back, maybe out the side that we're not seeing. But if you can get, you know, like someone's house, their front door, they probably got a side door, garage door. But if you catch them at the front door, you're probably going to get them. You know, that's where they're using. That's what they're going in and out of. They got options. They couldn't go out the side or then go out the garage. But if you can catch them at their front entrance, their front run, it's game over. And I mean, look at this guy. Look how wide he is. I mean, that's my boot. I got like a 13 size shoe. Big old beaver. But yeah, he's still soft. He's not really that stiff. We still got another trap to check. And I saw some bubbles, so there could be a double catch going on. But I'll take this right now. Dog's freaking out. Just want to show you the set that beaver. I wish I knew. I think he swam through the top one. My snare's all messed up. So, you know, I gave him two options, the bottom or the top, and he swam through the top one. And that's a big beaver to be trying to go through that hole. But he probably could have fit. You know, if that snare wasn't there, he thinks it's just a hole. You know, both of them. And, you know, some guys say these ladder snare sets are a lot of work. And they are. I'm a carpenter and I got the tools, and I know it's not too intense, but if you got some skill, it's really not too bad. The other thing is, once you make it, you made it. You know, it's good for the season. You gotta, you know, throw a new snare on occasionally, or tap a few nails in. Maybe nail one more stick on, but I'll catch, you know, 4 or 5 beaver just off this one set. You know, maybe more. Just like I said, reset it, keep it updated, add another stick. This is also deep water. You know, this is not my go-to, and I don't like recommend it. But I'm in, like, I mean, you can see how deep that is. 5, 6 feet. With the mud, maybe 8 feet. So it's tough to trap beaver for me when it's deep. I have a hard time seeing the snare, seeing the run, seeing where they're at. So this will force them. Doesn't really give them an option. They gotta swim through that. And you know, I was having trouble with snares. Get me. They were hitting them, kept setting them off. This is a little more for sure. They gotta swim through it. They can't really set that off. You know, if they do, they're a smart beaver, or they just hit it the right way. But when you got a little square opening like that, you're forcing them to swim through, and probably with some speed, probably with a little bit of, you know, momentum. I don't think they're just swimming up slowly to it. They're swimming through that hole. And we were here early season, found their run. It's probably 8 to 10 feet wide, and blocked it off. You know, it was early ice. The ice was thin, and completely blocked it off. You know, this is the run here. It was about this wide, and this was the deepest spot. You know, it was probably 4 feet, 4 feet, 4 feet, 4 feet, 6 feet, 8 feet. And we located the run, and all these sticks are frozen in. So essentially, we got like a little fence system. And you know, the beaver can't swim through, sees my snare, my ladder set, can't really swim through, and then finds those 2 openings, or 1. Lately I've been doing 1, but this one's got 2. And yeah, gotta swim through it. I mean, it's pretty simple. It's only a matter of time. If he wants to leave, he wants to get out, I'll just show you. There's the hut. And they're coming in and out. In and out. And they're looping around their feed pile. I haven't even trapped this hut. I don't even think I'm catching those beavers. I think I've only caught just from here. They might share it. But, and you know, all those sticks are frozen right in. Little gate system. And then, you know, I'm 10 feet away. State law is 10 feet back. Their run runs right through here. And that's where the snare set is. And I got another one, kind of as backup. And haven't caught one thing in this trap. I had another one over there, baited set. Had another one on a back run over there. And haven't caught one thing. But this one trap right here, caught 3 beavers out of. All running on the bottom. You know, the same hole. So it just goes to show you can have one good trap and catch, you know, all the beaver on that trap. So it's so key to locate the run, locate the most active one. And yeah, if you find the one spot, I bet you I pull 5 or 6 beaver out of this one hole. And eventually they probably get shy or they get scared of it. You know, I might pull all of them out of this hut and have to go over this hut over here. But you never know, you know. If it works, repeat it. I really can't stress that enough. If you caught a beaver on a trap in a location, in the same hole, on a run, drop it right back down in, because you know they're using it. You know one swam through, so where there's one, there's more. And like I said, once these ladder sets are set up, they're familiar. You know, it's just their new normal. They see it, it's there, and eventually they swim through. Like I said, I think the first day or 2 it spooks them. It's just a lot of wood under the ice, a lot of, you know, something new, something foreign. But they do get used to it. And this is proof. You know, that's at least 50-pound beaver. Bing, get. Look at him sitting on the ice. If I had to guess, probably like 52, 55, you know, mid 55-pound beaver. But now we gotta carry him out of here. I didn't bring my sled. This was just kind of like a check. And it always happens. I got a basket. I might stuff him in. But whenever you come to check and you're not ready, you're gonna catch a beaver. Whenever you're ready and you're waiting and you're excited to pull a beaver out of the ice, you probably won't. It's just how it works. When I first started, my good trapping friend said it's always when you least expect it. And that couldn't be more true. You know, beaver are just finicky. They're not routine. They're not, you know, every day, you're not gonna catch one again. I mean, that's kind of rare. You usually catch one and there's a little lull or a gap, and you get it one on a different trap or a different location. The weather goes south and you miss a day or 2. And when you come out just to kind of check, there's usually one there. So I think that's why I like beaver trapping. Kind of keeps you on your toes. You really don't know. You really don't know how many are in there, how many are going to come out. You know, if you're going to catch another one, if you are going to catch another big one, or, you know, for instance, you know, that might be the last beaver I catch out of here. I could do something wrong, or I could spook them, or that could be all of them in there. Or I could catch another, you know, 5 or 6 more. So you really don't know beaver trapping. You know, it keeps you on your toes. And there is something about pulling a 50-pound beaver out of the ice. I know that sounds bad, but it's just an addictive thing. It's such a big critter, and you're blind. You know, obviously we can see bubbles, we can see runs, you know, to the best that we can, but for the most part, we're just blind. You know, I can't see under the ice. I can't see what they're doing. I can't see water depth. I can't see my snare. You know, so it's such a cool thing when you pull one out. It's just satisfaction. You know you're doing something right. And a lot of times guys are excited, just go home and skin them up, but it's a good time to take notes. You know, see what worked, see where they hit, you know, mark the spot, save it in your phone, take a picture. I know that sounds stupid, but take a picture of this spot, this hut, and, you know, next year you can come back and say, oh, this is where I caught that beaver. This is where the run was. You can even judge off of the hut in feet in a photo, you know, off a branch. You could say the run was about 3 feet from that branch. Whenever you get a beaver, catch a beaver, trap a beaver, take notes. Look at them, check them out, you know, check out your area, try to get a judge of the hut. You know, it's all educational. You know that there's a beaver that big in these huts. You know, it gives you a reference. I keep track. I got a little tally where I'll count how many I got out of an area, how many I got out of a hut, what type of trap worked, what I built. Obviously making these videos helps too, but you know, the more homework you do and the more you study it, you're just gonna get better next year. Next year I can come back out here and I'll know. You know, I'll know I caught a big one out of here. I'll know there's more in here. I'll know where the run is. So it's all good. It's all good experience. But yeah, take notes when you catch a beaver. Rinse and repeat. Just keep doing the same thing that you did. Keep doing what's working. Throw out what isn't working. That's the other thing. A lot of guys like to do a certain set or like a certain area. You know, they like the walk, they like the location. If it isn't working, ditch it. You know, get rid of that spot. You know, move on. It's tough to let go and pull all your traps, but go to what works. You know, go to where you're catching more, you're catching them. Yeah, and be productive. You know, there's nothing worse than checking traps over and over and over with no beaver. You know, if something's not working, move on or come back. It's another thing. You can come back. I don't know how long your season is, but you can come back. You know, I might come back. We found a few spots early winter that we're gonna come back to late winter just because of the ice and the situation and the access. Even a spot like this, you know, if I was kind of done for a bit, I could leave them alone and come back in a month. Hopefully nobody's set up, took your spot, but you can come back. You can give it a month, give it 2 weeks, redo holes, redo setups. You really don't want to spook them a lot. Keep coming and going and cutting holes over and over. But whatever works for you. We're gonna go drop that trap in and get out of here. Got an extra 50 pounds of weight to carry. So time to get the sled.